Hello everyone, welcome to Celeste Lunar Ruins. It's been a minute since I've played a Celeste map. That is because I played so much Celeste last year and this year that I got so tired of it. I had to quit because I wasn't having fun anymore, and I'm sure that wasn't as fun to watch either. But now, I am eager to play. I'm playing this because I want to. I don't have time in my schedule yet, so when you're watching this, it'll be way later than I recorded it. But I want to play Celeste. So I decided I would jump into Lunar Ruins, which is one of the early ones, I believe, and it inspired a lot of great stuff. So let's jump in. In particular, it inspired Darkmoon Ruins, which I want to do sometime, but I thought I would do this one first. I recognize this motif starting up. What is it from? Maybe it is original for Lunar Ruins, but it really reminds me of something. Nope. It reminds me of... yeah. Oh. It reminds me of Axiom Verge 2. I can't make it. So, I gotta figure out what to do. Not that. Let's try... Oh, it feels fast. The movement feels faster to me than usual. I don't know, I don't think that's gonna work either. I don't think I can get high enough to grab. Oh. What if this isn't gonna help. I'm like, what if I do a Grandmaster technique? There we go. I'm at the same thing. Same place. Okay, maybe I'm not supposed to go right? Oh, there we go. Incorrect read. Incorrect perception. Oh. Probably incorrect there as well. Nope. This one really is like that. Whoa, another dash. Okay, got it. Got it. Yeah. A little warm-up for a couple months of not playing. How many months has it been? When did I stop? Was it June? Was it July that I stopped? Nope. Another dash? I am not counting my dashes. Nope. I got this. Gotta warm up. Man, it is like riding a bicycle. You don't forget the moves. Oh. Okay, so instead of wall bouncing, I grab and climb, jump, and then wall bounce off the next one. But also, it's like exercise. Use it or lose it. So how have you guys been? Have you played any cool Celeste stuff since you last watched me? Is this the first time you're watching me? If so, hi. I saw the trailer for Elemental Synergy. I'm excited for it. It looks like the big thing I've been waiting for. The next in the Spring Collab Strawberry Jam series. I know what I gotta do. I have to grab that next block and climb jump over it while still having a dash. And I am playing this after Clare Obscure Rain World Burnout. It wasn't just Clare Obscure and Rain World that burned me out. It was like, I looked back at my videos and remembered how I felt while playing them, and I had been burnt out for like a year. I was burnt out since like last September, and the problem was I just kept trying to get through games fast so I could get to the next game. And that took away from my ability to enjoy the games I was playing. So that's part of the reason why I'm playing this now, even though I don't have room in my schedule for it at the moment, because I just want to play it right now. I thought that would be there. Oh. Oh. Have to dash right there. That was a miss. Maybe we want to go over it. Wait. There we go. Alright, then we want to grab the next one probably. And follow it down to climb jump over it. I can get this. I swear I'm a good Celeste player. I may have beat a Grandmaster level or two in my time. There we go. These challenges are fun. I haven't seen any hint of a berry yet. That doesn't mean there aren't any. It also doesn't mean I didn't miss any. Alright, did I already mess up? Yeah. Okay. We've got tight jumps and dashes this time. Oop. So let's see, have I accumulated any stories since I last played? I am losing the batteries in my car key. And I want to go diagonal after this. So I was worried. I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to... Alright, made it. Oh, didn't make it. I'm not going to be able to unlock my car, or lock my car, because my battery's dying in my key. And then I was like, wait a minute, it's a key. You can put it in the keyhole. So now I can't use the automatic thing in my car key. My automatic locking isn't working, but I can still lock my doors and unlock them because my key has not run out of metal. The metal is not used up. Okay, just go faster. Just go fast. No, go faster still. There we go. There we don't go. Another wall bounce, I see it. So in other news, I had a crash out comment on my first Clare Obscure video. Someone or some bot, I'm not convinced it's not a bot, was just ranting on and on about how I care too much about the environment and just spent too much time at the beginning. I'm like, but yeah, but like, I'm in a fantasy world. I'm gonna appreciate it, right? I'm gonna pay attention to the art and stuff that this team created. That was part of what what led me to realize I was burnt out. I was like, oh man, if this comment can get under my skin, like, I'm not properly enjoying this game. Almost. But yeah, if you haven't played Clare Obscure, fantastic game. incredible story, and the whole thing is like it's an art story. So the environment is insanely artistic, and the magic is like art-based, and the emotions are extremely powerful because of what is going on in the environment and the colors and the lighting and all that stuff while the scenes are happening. So, do you like RPGs? If so, Clare Obscure, it's a definite must-play. I've liked RPGs for a long time. My first RPG was Paper Mario 64, and that was also my first experience to timed hits, and so I like a lot of RPGs, but they never really feel like solid games unless they've got timed hits. That's another reason I love Clare Obscure. There we go. There we go. I see. I predicted it. I predicted it, just didn't execute. Oh, wow, that felt good. I'm guessing we probably don't want to wave or anything off of that. Oh, yeah. Oh, almost. Right idea. It's good fun so far. I see we've got the farewell theme. Getting that crystal into the wall bounce is a little tough, because you have to maneuver yourself back to the left. Or, no, I guess not. Yeah! Okay. Almost. There we go. Gotcha. Oh, so we start farewell. Looks like we're getting Mirror Temple. So I wonder if this level was kind of back in the days when... Well, actually, I don't really know that much about the history of Celeste modding. It feels older. Feels like an older one. Definitely more closer to Spring Collab than Strawberry Jam. Is that going to be the eras? The Mega Collabs? The Spring Collab era? Pre-Spring Collab, the D-Sides era? And then the Strawberry Jam era that we're in now? And then in the future, the Elemental Synergy era? Oh, okay, that falls fast. I don't seem to be able to wall bounce off of that. Here we go. That's not a way. Just enjoying the atmosphere and the music while I'm doing this stuff. Practicing. So in the past, I would just play in silence, and I would edit the silent parts out. I don't really edit much anymore. I did watch most of my first episode of Firmament because I played it while I was still burnt out before I took my burnout break, and I wanted to make sure, like, I wanted to see how burnt out I sounded. I'm not sure. I feel like I was okay. But of course, that's up to you guys to experience. All right, so this wave off this falling block is kind of tough, because you gotta not be following through with it. Ah, so close. Because if you hold right after this extended hyper, then you hit those spinners. By the way, if on the off chance there's anybody watching this who has not played or seen Celeste mods before, what I'm doing is called wave dashing. And this is a reverse wave dash. So if you do an extended hyper or super or wave dash and you turn around before you jump, you do it backwards. Which is pretty weird and feels pretty cool when you do. Come on, this room's not that hard. I should be through it pretty soon. So my usual route to my writing group now has road construction on 2 of the major roads. It's also the route I take when going to work. And... oops. And the first one is an extremely busy road. So I was like crawling through traffic from like... and it was like stop and go, but this is a part of the neighborhood where people just want to like elbow their way through. And so people are like stopped in the middle of intersections waiting for the next light to turn. Like they don't care. They're just like, all right, well, if the car in front of me is by the intersection, I'm going to be in the intersection, which is definitely illegal and you should not do. But that's that part of town. I myself did not stop in the intersection, but I did have trouble turning left. I kind of had to force my way through. This is the street I've told stories about before where people will honk at you for being safe and following the rules instead of going into traffic when it's not safe. And every time that happens, I always have to remind myself that like, no, I'm the one being safe. I'm not the one wanting to break rules. The other person is the asshole. And so I've always been the kind of guy who feels guilty whenever I make anybody upset. And at this part of town, no, the person who gets upset is the bad guy. They should be the one feeling guilty. Ow, so close. It's a good life lesson in general, too. I mean, sometimes you gotta be polite when you're around people who are being polite, and it's the expectation. But whenever you're around people who will take advantage of you if you're polite, you gotta elbow your way in. I saw that. I'm like, I can't land on this platform and get through. I got this. I see. So we want to diagonal through the spinners. And then that. Just do it better. Yeah, and then the other road just has road construction. So I'm like, but I drive this way almost every day. What am I supposed to do? Guess that's what Google Maps is for. But yeah, next time I go to work, gotta make sure to go extra early. So I'm a physics teacher at a college. Yep, you got somebody's physics teacher is playing Celeste on the internet. So I do my best to get there like half an hour early. Sometimes more. Because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna leave at this time, and I look at the clock and it's that time. So I get ready, and then 15 minutes later I walk out the door, and then 5 minutes later I get into my car, because I park far away from my home. And then, so that's like 20 minutes between looking at the clock and getting into my car. So Google Maps, I have to add 20 minutes to it. Well then, at my destination, I have to park in a parking garage. And that's usually full, like up to the 4th or 5th level. So I have to get in and do all the parking stuff. I see what to do. So yeah, it's Google Maps says it's half an hour, a half-hour drive. I leave an hour and a half ahead of time, or my goal is to leave an hour and a half ahead of time. It usually ends up being leaving an hour ahead of time, and then getting there 20 minutes early. Oh, so close. Just a little bit closer. I don't know why I said that. It wasn't closer at all. Just feel like I gotta fill the silence. Oh, come on. We got this. Just a few more tries. Maybe that's what I should have said. I guess we're going up. I thought we were going right. What's over here? Oh, that's nothing. Alright, in case you want to cheat, the bino is there. Nope. Let's try not making it fall. That seems to work. Where am I? Okay, I see. Yeah. Oops. Okay, now it's bino time. It's not cheating if you say it's not. Okay, so we want to try our best to wave across here. I panicked. I was like, I'm not going to be able to wave. A super might work. Yeah, a super might work. So we could super off this, dash right, dash up into it. No. We got to wave so that we can wall bounce with this crystal and then reverse wave off the top. We get a wall bounce, dash, and then a reverse wave. All right, I see. Still advanced so far. Nope. Nope. I mean, depending on how fast the platform falls, we might be able to regain our dash, then hop off it and perform a reverse hyper, a reverse wave. Oh. Haha. That one just breaks if you touch it. So what if we go... Nope, underneath wouldn't work. Not ready to bust out the save states yet. So creative updates. Oh, that was close. I'm 2/3 of the way through the second draft of my sci-fi novel. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to read this one anytime soon because I want to publish a different one first. This one is not first book material. It's series material. Oh, closer. And for Talos Principle custom campaign, I am still planning on going further with that, on working on it. I'm still writing it, and my problem was concentration mode. My problem was that the part that I was doing, where you have a philosophical conversation with the computer, just exploded into a tree of dialogue. I had, no joke, 10,000 words in this tree of dialogue, So I kept writing it and writing it and writing it. I was like, oh yeah, this is fun. I'm just gonna write it all, and it's just gonna be a lot of fun. I'll get it to the end of it eventually. But then eventually I realized that it doesn't really work with the story. I had way too much scope for it to, like, it was its own entire thing, and it kind of got away from what I wanted the game itself to be about. So I'm like, what, out of this massive bloated conversation, what is really the conversation that I want the player to have with this computer? I was like, oh, it's just like, what does consciousness have to do with identity? And that's literally it. And I had so much more. Ah, come on. That's one of those times where you can't just hold right, you gotta go the other way. Oops. So my initial one was like, the computer says, what do you consider to define an individual? And then I had, no joke, 8 different things. 8 different topics of conversation. It was like the soul, the body, the brain, the consciousness, and like a bunch of other stuff. And I was like, okay, we'll just have a conversation for all these things. And no, the only thing that I need for this story is the consciousness part. How does consciousness relate to being an individual? So I cut out like basically everything. I've still got it written and I copied it and deleted most of my words. And so, yeah. For the past 2 months I was writing this one dialogue tree. Oh, so close. That most of it is thrown in the trash. Such is the creative process, though. I have thrown away enough of my work that I'm not upset about it. We'll get through this room eventually. I guess part of it is I have been procrastinating streaming. Because what I want to do is I want to stream my level creation process. Because I don't have enough ideas for puzzles. So I thought if some of you guys who are interested in puzzles would like to watch me stream my creation, Talos Principle fan game, then you guys can give me ideas. And then maybe we could have like a credits thing or something. I don't know. Haven't decided on that. Ah! Right, so this level does this map. This whole map feels there is a lot of like precise positioning stuff. So I do feel like I do feel happy that I played so many Celeste maps before this, including D-Sides and Spring Collab, because that got me used to all the predictive positioning. You know, like, it's not just enough to wall bounce off of this, but you have to be high enough when you wall bounce so that you make it to the next platform, or to the best position by the next platform. See, right there. I had to wall bounce higher up so I would get a higher boost. Whereas games like Strawberry Jam in particular, well, there were a few levels that were like that, but most of the levels were basically if you do it perfectly, or like you pull off the move, then you're good. Okay, what I meant was if you pull off the move, you're good. No need to do it perfectly. Sometimes you have to do it perfectly because you use buffers, like Nalumbo, an amazing level, where most of your inputs were the first frame possible, but you could queue it up 4 frames ahead of time. So there's like, you're moving the exact motion you have to beat the level, and it's just a matter of pressing the right buttons within the right windows of time. Oh no! I forgot about it. I was so concentrating on getting over those spinners that I forgot about the last wave. There we go. That room down. Checkpoint. Let's just try supering. It works. Okay. I don't know if we can trigger it. I know I can get over without triggering it. Music. So I'm not trying to neutral across, I'm trying to do that. Oh, no, it wants us to super. Okay. So maybe it is okay if we trigger it. Or, no, here we go. Ha! It's easier than I thought. I saw that. I saw that. Alright, time to see if there's treasure in here. There's not. Yaw! I like what the music is doing. Oh, I see. Oh, cool. This feels good. That one's probably a wave. Alright, and then the next one probably falls. Yeah, so there's no story to this map, but there is mood to it. We're starting in Farewell and we're going into Mirror Temple, but we have these purple spinners. Are these still Farewell spinners? They're not Mirror Temple spinners. Yeah, Mirror Temple spinners are red. It's Reflection that's purple. I do like this kind of moody atmosphere with the graphics and the music. There we go. Looks like we want to extended super, I think. I don't think hyper will get us high enough. That was a hyper. I think. Come on. There's also the matter that... Ah, made it. What's down there? Danger. Gotcha. There's the matter that what? Something about muscle memory? Oh, yeah. So when I played Strawberry Jam, obviously I was still learning, and it felt like it took an eternity of tries. But it really didn't. Okay, I thought that was going to stop for some reason. And then I got to the Grandmaster ones, and those levels, some of them took me 20, 30 hours to beat. And then now I'm here, and I'm like, oh man, I don't beat it in 10 tries. This is taking so long. I must be rusty. No. I'm still really good. Oh, what is that? Oh, I see. That's what it is. Then probably a wave or something. Maybe a super? Yeah, that's super, definitely. Huh. Huh. You really gotta stretch out your dashes and give your motion all it's got. Almost. Gotta get that next super. Drat. I have been watching Parrot Dash's 9D Platinum grind videos. Not their streams. Sorry, I think Parrot Dash is she now. I should pronoun her properly. I haven't caught her streams, but I have seen the update videos, which is pretty cool. I'm convinced she's probably the first one who's doing this, right? Nobody has done it. I mean, Taz's probably have, but she'll be the first human to do it. That's pretty impressive. Alright, I got this. I don't even know if I have to wall jump off of that. I assume I do, because it's falling. And because it introduced that mechanic in the beginning of the room, that is good level design, assuming it's true. You introduce the mechanic right at the beginning, and then you have the character do a more advanced version of it later on. I like to analyze the artistic, like the craft of stuff. Hey, that was cool! What about up here? Nothing. Unless we can do like, like, can we get around this corner and still have a dash to dash up here? Check and see if we can break it. Oh man, this room is going to be fun to sight read. I see. Wall bounce and then, it's like, I thought that was going to crumble when I wall bounced off it. Guess I didn't have to wall bounce. Whoop. Don't have a dash there. Unless I keep it like that. All right, and then don't climb jump. Neutral. Like that, but better. And if you're here and you don't know what a neutral jump is, it is when you let go of the stick and you jump off you let go of climb and the stick and you jump off the wall while your stick is neutral. And that pushes you less far away from the wall than it does if you're holding toward the wall, which is kind of paradoxical, but that's just what it is. Can I get a super there? Maybe. Maybe you're supposed to get a super from that platform. Ah. Then a reverse super, and then a super. And then that platform probably falls. You jump over it into the double crystal. Yeah, I don't actually know what to do there. We'll see. So yeah. So if you want to, if you just hold toward the wall and not grab and you jump, you will progressively get lower on the wall. But if you... There we go. Nope, not diagonal. Get a reverse super. If you are not... If you are not grabbing and you don't press... Not that. If you're not grabbing and you don't hold toward the wall, you don't go as far away from it. Oh, dang it. You could probably land on there and get a reverse super. But it would be easiest to just get the super right away. And you're close enough that if you then hold toward the wall after you jump, you can make it back to the wall higher than before. So the idea is you want to let go of the stick and grab. Like, you don't want to hold grab at all. You want to let go of the stick when you jump and then push toward the wall. And then when you touch the wall, you let go of the stick again and jump and then push toward the wall. And it sounds really complicated, and it can be tough to practice. But once you get good at it, you just do it instinctively. You're just no longer thinking about it. You're like, oh yeah, I'll neutral jump up here, and then you just do it. Come on! Just gotta wait a little bit more. Like, I have to get the super, but I don't want to get a delayed there we go. No, not... Okay, it's super on the other side too. I don't want to get a failed super, which was what happens if you don't jump soon enough. Like that. That was a failed super. There we go. Oh, I had the input right and just didn't execute. No, that was wrong. What's the old saying go? The old IT saying, problem exists between keyboard and chair. Or in gamer speak, get good. Speaking of get good, you might have have any of you heard about the new Metroidvania that came out recently? It's like called like Hollow Knight Silk Song or something. Is that any good? I imagine that by the time this game has gone up, I still probably have not started playing it. I have not started playing it as of the time of recording this. Oh, that one's a wave. But yeah, one of the big signs that clued me in that I was burnt out was because I was like, oh, Silk Song's out. Oh man, that means I gotta play Silk Song now. And I was like, wait a minute. If I play Silk Song because I feel like I have to because I'm a game coverer, not because I want to because I'm a game enjoyer, then what's the point? Almost. So yeah, after the several events, some of which I talked about and some of which I don't remember, that made me realize I was burnt out from this channel, I was like, okay, just take a couple days playing a game for myself instead of for the channel, just to have fun, you know, to reconnect and remind myself why video games are awesome. So I played Spyro the Dragon. I played the reignited version because PS1 graphics, you know. So it was a very fun blast from the past on the PS4. Do you guys have, I mean, obviously other than Celeste, do you guys have like comfort games that you go back to when you're like, man, I just really crave that sense of being a kid and enjoying video games just for the sake of the play? For me, it is Spyro the Dragon and Crash Bandicoot. Used to be Super Mario 64, but I played that game and its many ROM hacks so much that I don't really feel like doing it anymore. Super Mario 64 was my favorite game of all time for most of my life, honestly. I never speed ran it. Never been much of a speed runner. I do get the appeal of speedrunning, you know, to find something. Hey, there we go. There we don't go. Okay, so I think what I need to do is I need to have my dash up through the crystal, and then use my two of them diagonally. I did once try, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go through the 120 star speedrun route. And I made it into Womp's Fortress, and then got bored. But yeah, didn't want to speedrun it for myself. Like, there's something, so the reason I understand the speedrunning bug is because, the first 3 Crash Bandicoots on PlayStation 1, and also the third one. And then actually some more, because like they did make more Crash Bandicoot got handed around to several companies, and they made a few, and they all had like time trial relics that you could go for, and to get the highest level relics, you'd have to basically be a speedrunner, especially in the earlier levels. In the later levels, for whatever reason, they were more forgiving. But like, level 1, you had to be like perfect. And sometimes when you felt like you were perfect, you still didn't get it. So figuring out the little things to get speed boosts and go off corners and where exactly you could run on the pits without falling in, that was a lot of fun. So I do get the appeal of speedrunning, even though it's never, I've never wanted to do it myself. We can do it! We can do it! Ah! But yeah, I did get familiar with a lot of advanced Super Mario 64 tech. When it comes to movement tech, Super Mario 64 was the original Celeste. Like, there were so many moves in that game, and when you figured out how they interacted with the environments and slopes and textures and all that stuff, you could go crazy. Like, how many ways are there to get up a slope that's too steep? Oh, so close! The first way I knew to get up a slope was to crawl. That took forever. So once you learn these other techniques, you never crawl again. So another way to get up a slope is to slide down facing downward, but jump kick backwards. So you gain a little bit of height every time you kick, and then you start sliding down facing forwards, and then you do a jump kick again. And another way to get height on a slope is to walk kick forward. So that's good when you're when you have speed and you're facing toward the slope. But if you start sliding when you're facing up the slope, you're on your stomach. And then you can't do anything about that until you've gotten to the bottom of the slope. Yeah, there was so many crazy edge cases in Mario 64. And like, you couldn't double jump on a slope, but you could triple jump. Oh, come on. Let me through this level. Well, be proud of your death counter. You're always learning. They say you need 10,000 hours to be a master of anything. They say you need 1 million junk words before you become a good writer. I think I'm probably about there. Man, I envy... I don't know if envy is the... I guess envy is the right word. I envy streamers who can just log on and start streaming and talk for 4 hours straight, or however long they stream. So I do watch VTuber clips. That is my guilty pleasure. And some of those people, they just talk. That's all they do. They just talk and joke and tell stories and look cool or funny or sexy. And it just works. They can do it for hours. This is the time. This is not the time. Dang it. We can diagonal off of that top one. So yeah, I'm trying to get inspired by VTubers. Not to be one myself. No. But to keep talking and be interesting and have, keep the conversation going while I continue to play. Now, of course, I suppose if I had a live chat, that would probably be easier. But I don't know, man. Starting a streaming is starting something new. And starting new things makes me nervous. Like there's so much work to be done, and I don't know what it all is, and so I can't really decide whether it will be worth it. But of course, sometimes you just gotta start. You just gotta try things, even if you can't decide and you don't know whether it will be worth it beforehand. That little finger of spinners right there is getting me. Oh, and then that right there at the end. I gotta remember to stop holding diagonal, because I think that makes you fall faster, even if you're not fast falling. No difference. We got this. We got this. Yeah, so after burnout, and what I mean by that is after the 2 days I took off when I realized I was burnout, I have only been playing one play session a day. And so for the days that I get 0 play sessions in, that means I will be losing backlog instead of gaining it. But I think that's okay. On the one hand, I have a lot of backlog, and so I don't really have to worry about getting through it too fast. I have like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks of backlog. On the other hand, I also don't have to put up a video every day. Come on! That's so hard. Gotta make sure to jump when I'm at the end of that platform. Maybe even a little bit off in coyote frames. That's a thing that's cool about platformer design. Oh, that was close. I almost hit the top spinners. Is the idea, like all the little intricacies that have come from the industry, like coyote time, which is I'm off the platform, but I can still jump. It's because I haven't realized I'm off the platform yet. I haven't looked down yet. Okay, we need to follow this platform down, do a wave off of it, do a hyper. Alright, we'll learn by doing. Yeah, super might even work. Nope, just a jump doesn't work. Oh, I don't know if we can wave off of it. I'm fine. It's fine. Just do whatever's good. So we can do this thing. Yeah, that's the strat. That's what we gotta do. So what I'm doing there is... Oh, that's definitely what we do there. So what I'm doing with this falling platform is, you know how you press against a wall and you slide down it? that speed is fixed regardless of whether the platform is moving or not. But platforms fall faster than that. Like, they fall faster than that. So you actually slide up the platform if the platform is falling. And so you can do that. I see. Haha. Just gotta get closer. There we go. There we go. Ha! Bad. Let's neutral up there. I think I'm betting that's the end. If it's not the end, maybe we'll look. That was unexpected. No! I can grab. I don't have to jump immediately. I'm not trying to conserve my stamina. Alright, maybe that one I don't want to grab. Close to what I was trying to do there. That was not close at all. And sometimes when I'm playing, I just say close, even though it's not, nothing is actually close to anything. I wonder if I could get my dash back there and then pull a wave off. Because that spring thing is, you've got to really time it tightly. That was tightly. So you don't want to hit the face spring again, but you do want to hit the top spring fast. You have to dash very quickly, and then you have to already be moving to the right. So blocks will fall based on your timing. Like, if I wait on top of this block, it'll take longer to fall. See? If you go off the block, then it will more likely fall. So, not immediately, but after a certain amount of frames, then it will fall immediately. Alright. Remember, a super there. I'm pretty sure that's the end. Oh, we're back in farewell, are we? That was good. I knew that was good. Yeah. I felt it. I almost messed up, but I felt it. Okay. That's... no, bonk. I thought that might happen. Oh, I have another dash. I like this. That falls? No, we want to... what do we want to do there? Do we want to super, or do we want to keep waiting? We definitely do not want to wait till it falls through this gap. We want to super over that, and then we got to do the thing again where we don't keep holding right, and then that's the end. Nice. Okay, the reason I didn't get the boost there was because I didn't actually touch the block. So to get horizontal boosts, or vertical boosts, I guess, you have to touch the block. But you can wall bounce, you can wall jump without actually touching. You can be a few frames off. I mean, you can be, I think it's up to 2 pixels off. You can still wall jump. So that is why you can do a wall bounce here without getting the boost. And why sometimes you can, and why you can climb jump on things without triggering like the block falling or the core block crumbling. I did it. But the other side, you gotta slow yourself down. There we go. There we go. Yeah. I thought there were particles coming from up above. I was like, do I have to get up there somehow? I don't know, maybe it's possible using Grandmaster +4 tech. Trying to bunny hop. Guess I don't need to. Well, it's not that. I'm worried about the spinner here. How about this? Yeah, okay, that works well. All right, crumbles immediately. Let's try to sight read. Do not assume that the level will give you time to process. Okay. I see. I do like that this level has you doing waves. It's like the start of a bunny hop. And what I mean by that is you don't hold jump, you just tap jump. I'm sure I've seen that before, but I don't remember it. Because of course, you could expect me to remember every single movement I have ever used in any Celeste map. We gotta make sure we get our dash back from that next wave. Now I have to figure out. Okay, that's good enough. Oh, not good enough. Did I have another dash? I might have. So we have to figure out something. Oh yeah. Is it based on the timing of my? No, we do not have another dash, but the platform at the top. So over there we dash, wall bounce. Yeah, I'm confused about this. Maybe if we wall bounce well, we can get straight to the next platform. And then we climb jump up to get that one. Do a diagonal wall bounce, a neutral climby thing, and then alright, looks good, except that one part I'm a little confused on, but we'll figure it out. Maybe we want to get a corner jump off of that corner. There's no way to line ourselves up, is there? Yeah, no, so if we do, then we just gotta be perfect. I'm not sure what that part is expecting of us. Unless it has to do with the walls above. Which might actually be true. We'll try that. Walls above. Nope, couldn't get there. I keep forgetting. This is not a normal starting move set for me. Yeah, that was because it might have been because I slid off the platform before I got my dash back, or it might be because the platform crumbled before I got my dash back. Either way, I want to be farther away when I try to wave. There we go. I wonder if the positioning is good for that, basically. Nope, not quite. I wonder if you're supposed to get that corner spike jump, or if you're supposed to just go past it. I think you're... Oh, you can go to the platform below. Maybe. Assuming it doesn't fall. Or maybe even if it does fall. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Ugh. Starting to make silly mistakes. Be better. When I played God of War 2018, that line stood out to me. When, I don't remember what the circumstance is, but Atreus makes a mistake. And he's like, I'm sorry. And then Kratos goes, do not be sorry. Be better. On the one hand, it's like, it's kind of rough, right? The kid needs some emotional support. But on the other hand, he needs to survive too. And so maybe a little tough love in that case is not the worst thing that he could have. Oh, I got through and I was frazzled. Because like that's the point of that story, right? Is that you have Kratos who did all the things in the previous games. He was a warrior, he lost everybody that he loved, he was betrayed by all the gods, and now all he has left is his son. And he's like, okay, this boy better not die on me, so I'm gonna raise him to be strong. And then learning throughout the course of the game that, like, no, you need a little bit more than that to be a good father. I have thought about playing God of War Ragnarok. Toyed with the idea of playing it for my channel, but now, post burnout, I really don't think I want to do it for my channel. I think if I did play it, I just want to do it for myself. There we go. What's next? Oh, right to the left. The platforms are similar color to the spinners, so in that case, it was hard for me to tell what was where. Yeah, my burnout break really reminded me that I'm here because I love video games. Not because I want to play all the games, not because I want to get tons of views and subscribers, but because I want to play games that someone else loves and they can see somebody else playing it and enjoying it just as much as they do. And if that means I get 10 views per video, that is 10 people who I have made happier in the exact way that I want to. Aww. So I just finished reading The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. He's a grimdark fantasy author. And I gotta say, I was not the most impressed. I mean, don't get me wrong, very strong writing, and the narrator, I listened to an audiobook, was fantastic. But the story, I mean, it was great at the beginning and the ending, but throughout the middle, it just kind of felt like a D&D campaign. You've got a band of anti-heroes together, going on a trek across the country, having battles. I've remembered too late to go to the left. But yeah, it had good themes and good messages. You know, it's called The Devils, and the grimdarkness comes from the blasphemousness of it, but not like actual blasphemy, but like the characters are a vampire and a sorcerer and, you know, people that are ostracized by the church. It's a historical fiction, a historical fantasy, like based in Middle Ages Earth, but with elves fighting, and, you know, like a Middle Ages Catholic fantasy, which is pretty cool. Oh, I can get there. I can do it. But like most of the time, I didn't feel the grimdark. It's like, yeah, there was a lot of gore, and there was a lot of disappointment, or like what you don't expect there to be from like the priest acting sinfully, or the noble knight being super cynical, and, you know, but like it wasn't bad. It was like I didn't feel it that much. It was like, all right, we got it. We don't got it. Like, it wasn't like a Game of Thrones where you really feel the badness and the brutality and such, or The Expanse, which is the same but sci-fi. It was more like, oh, and then everybody was covered in, the whole field was covered in guts, and then the werewolf had blood trickling out of her mouth, and oh, haha, isn't that just a normal day in these people's lives? Ha 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 ha. So yeah, worth reading for me because I am an author wanting to write sci-fi and fantasy, and Joe Abercrombie is a huge name in fantasy, but I'm not too interested in reading any of his other books. I'm gonna get through this room sometime, someday. And despite being a grimdark story, there was actually some uplifting, like some of it was uplifting, even the ending. You know, some of it was like, oh man, the cruelty of those in power, but other parts were like, oh yeah, this is like, there's good in humanity too. You know, I was kind of expecting everybody to die afterwards or something. Didn't happen. No, I'm too low. Yeah, you've really got to measure your pixels in this one. I don't know what I'm going to read next. I feel kind of burnt out on reading too. Even audiobooks. Maybe I'll drive in silence for a little while. I did start rereading The Wheel of Time, which I read as a kid. And it is holding up. It is feeling just as magical as when I was a kid, but also I am seeing it in new ways. Because The Wheel of Time, if you didn't know, is full of subtext. There is subtext upon subtext upon subtext. It is everywhere. And it is masterful. And most of it, or maybe even all of it, I did not get as a kid. And so rereading it as an adult, it's almost like a different book or a different series. It's almost entire. And of course, I don't remember most of what happened. I've read the first 3 books again, and I've forgotten basically everything after that until the very end. So there's a few characters I remember and a couple events, but like not enough to fill 11 more books. I do remember the middle books getting kind of boring. We'll see. I also know that the ending is worth it. It is written by Brandon Sanderson. Okay, we gotta plan those dashes. Brandon Sanderson, an absolutely amazing author, who has written some of the best fantasy stories of all time. Okay. We need a dash for the end, it looks like. Maybe not. Maybe we can get through those spinners with just a jump, but I wouldn't bet my life on it. So let's try... Wait, no. No, I don't think we can. I don't think we can. I think we have to... So I'm like, oh, I want to climb jump and then use my dash. But if I climb jump versus a jump away from the wall is better. I don't know, maybe we can't have a dash over here. So then that's going to be the plan, not having a dash over there. As Wind and Truth was coming out, or before it came out, I reread the first 4 Stormlight Archive books. And absolutely love the first one. One of the best fantasy books of all time, in my opinion. Very, very long, so if you don't like long books, The Way of Kings may not be for you. But if you don't mind long books, Way of Kings, wow, that's a great book. And the second book, Words of Radiance, is also really good. Wasn't quite as good in my mind, but it was also very, very good. And then Oathbringer, again, like each of these books is like a little bit not as good as the previous one. Now, a lot of people love Oathbringer the best, and so it is subjective. Everybody's opinion is what it is. But yeah, for me, the best book was the first one, second best was the second one, third best was the third one, and then the fourth book just kind of got boring to me because it wasn't really about the characters anymore. It was about, it was about the characters, but there wasn't any like central character plot that I can remember. It might have been Shallan's story actually. But like, it felt more like an ensemble fantasy book. You know, we're following all these characters, or like an episode of a TV show or a season of a TV show, where it's not about any of the individual characters, it's about all of them together fighting this war. And cool stuff happened, but I didn't really feel that connected to the characters in the way that I did in the first 3 books. So I was like, oh, okay. 4th book, Rhythm of War, has an awesome name. Not the best book. Come on! It'll take me an hour to get through this room. So I'm like, oh yeah, Wind and Truth. That is an awesome title. You can't tell me the title Wind and Truth isn't the most, well, maybe it's not the most amazing thing you've ever heard, but it sounds amazing. So I read it, and honestly, disappointed. I feel it did not hold up to the standard of the first 4 books. So it was, in fact, my least favorite. Now, it did have its high points. I feel some of the stuff was underdeveloped, which, I mean, you've got like 20 characters, and you've got viewpoints from all of them. And so, for one, it felt really slow. Extremely slow, because you're following all these different characters. And one of them had a really, really amazing story. Only one of them. And it was pretty boring to me until the end. Until it was like, oh yeah, this is awesome. Unfortunately, it was not the one that took place with the world-changing events and the gods and all that stuff. Which should have been cool. It should have been great. I just felt like it was missing something. And then Kaladin's story really felt like it was missing something. I don't want to get into any spoilers or anything, but yep. Wind and Truth, not my favorite. Still worth reading though, in my opinion, as an avid fantasy reader and Brandon Sanderson fan. And I will continue to read the series as the next half of the books come out 10 years from now or whenever. Holy moly, that's tough. Maybe I want to try 2 climb jumps? But yeah, then after that, I read The Sunlit Man. That is the only one of Brandon Sanderson's secret project books I've read. And I was interested in it because... Oh, you can't double climb jump there. Can't. I was interested in it because I heard somebody talk about, like... Because, like, I'm a science guy, right? I teach physics. I heard somebody talking about a character using a unit system to measure the magic. And so I was like, oh, he's taking his Cosmere series sci-fi. And so I read it, and it was awesome. The Sunlit Man. It was way different from any of his other books. It was you could say it was kind of like a Star Wars episode or something. Like, I mean, not the movies, not the shows. I mean, maybe not. I'm thinking of like the old books, or Doctor Who, but like cynical and gloomy and yeah. It was about a powerful magic wielder who lands on a planet where I don't want to spoil anything, but like the planet itself is really cool and like tied to magic. And it talks about, like, it takes place in the future from all of his other books. And so the civilizations on all of his different planets have like started developing space travel and measuring the magic with scientific units, and that's so cool. So basically, he's turning it into a sci-fi with alternate science. Oh, come on. That last part is really tough. I think I know what I gotta do. I have to climb jump earlier because I am waiting until I'm clinging to the wall before climb jumping, and the wall is yanking me downward. So I gotta climb jump immediately, then dash up right, then dash down right. And then I'm down at the other place with no dashes. So hopefully that's good enough. and I've just been doing that because it's been easier than what I've been trying. Oh, come on. Problems of playing with a stick. This is some pretty good music. I think once I finish this room, it'll be the end of the episode, or at least the end of my play session. I haven't decided whether I want to release this. It probably depends on how long it is. I imagine it's pretty long, but like, I mean, I could release one 3-hour video. If it's like 6 or 7 hours, then I wouldn't want to do that. Oh, sometimes I should just go for the next platform. Get better! Obviously, you'll know how long the video is when you're watching it. Oh, come on. Just wall bounce. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Oh, too late. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. I envy streamers who can just yap for 4 hours straight and just be filled with energy. I do not have the energy to keep talking for that long. I could try. I could try. I am currently filling silence with whatever. Oh, not good enough. That is really tough. And of course you have to get there to try it properly. Oh, how are you supposed to do this? I could bust out the save states. Maybe I will. I don't want to use save states though. You know, I think now would be a good time to use save states. So use them a little bit as I get my way over here. Oh, maybe that was a bad time for it. Can I do it? I think I can. I'm trying to... Well, no, those spikes on this side are higher up than on the other side. I don't think I can get a climb jump or anything. That was a bad time to save state. That's a better time. Now that, getting a dash like that has a name. I don't know what it is. That's a good time to save state. Okay, we want to get this right. We're gonna go underneath, demo. If you're too high, a demo doesn't work either. This is so tough. If I climb up a little, then... Okay, that's the strat. Climb up as much as I can. Oh, that's the strat. Jump straight off, don't climb jump. And then getting through here. Come on. Come on. Okay, that's how it's done. Whew, my thumb is a little sore. That's what I get for not playing Celeste in a long time. It's like the tendon or a muscle or something in my right thumb. That's a sign that it's time to get off. Once we beat this room, one more room, Mom, one more room. When my brothers and I were kids, we played Mario Party, right? Mario Party 1, 2, and 3. And we had a rule that like only 30 minutes of video games a day, or an hour. I don't remember how long it was. It was some amount. And when our timer ran out, we're like, can we just finish up? And so then we would finish up the level, or we would finish up the race, or whatever we're doing. Well, when it came to Mario Party, we're like, can we just finish up? And Mom's like, all right, okay. And then we would keep playing, and she's like, well, you said you were gonna finish up. We're like, yeah, there were 15 turns left. We're just finishing up the board. Turns out that was not a valid way to get around the time limit. Alright, that jump is a pain. That dash is a pain. We'll get it. We'll get it. Ah! This room's tough. Struggling. I think I may have to edit this. I think editing may just be an unavoidable consequence of playing Celeste. It is so much more work though. Since I stopped editing, I have oh, come on, a little farther. Since I stopped editing, I have been able to put out hour-and-a-half, 2-hour videos consistently. Even film 2 of them a day, which I haven't gotten back to yet. I don't know if I will. Oh, we'll make it. But yeah, that was what I would play like 2 hours of Celeste in the morning, and then an hour and a half of whatever other game in the evening, and that was my routine while I was playing Celeste last time. And because, you know, with Celeste, you get to those Grandmaster levels, and you gotta play like 6-10 hours. Actually, no, I think I basically beat those in one sitting in the spring collab. But sometimes they would take a long time. And so if I wanted to keep up my upload schedule, I'd have to play Celeste and another game on the same day. So that was the habit I developed. Then once I stopped playing Celeste, I still kept playing 2 play sessions a day, filming 2 episodes a day. And that's how I got my big long backlog. The fastball. But yeah, I am not convinced yet that I'm done being burnt out, and so I'm not going back to 2 play sessions a day. Also, I have work to do, because I am a working man. I have to prepare slides and grade homework assignments. And also I have to write, because I'm a writer. And one of my goals in life is to increase the amount of time that I write. So right now, I am chugging along at a happy 10 hours a week with my real-life writing group. and I've been kind of stagnant with that. You know, I'm always like, I want to write more, but the time that I write is when I'm with my writing group. That's been just how it is. I'm like, no, I gotta like start a routine, like start writing in the morning or something. But then there's always so many things I need to do. Like I need to answer students' emails. I need to, of course, put up a new video and a new thumbnail. And I need to do the laundry and wash the dishes and all this stuff. There's so many things to do. Is this it? This is it! Haha! We got to the next checkpoint, so I think that's going to be all I'm going to play today. But yeah, hopefully I can sometime soon, especially if I'm taking care of myself and not burning out on my Let's Play channel, which is supposed to be a fun hobby and not something that I burn myself out on. Hopefully I will be able to write more often. So yeah, I also did something growth-wise over the summer that like psychologically for myself, a challenge that changed the way that I see some of my habits, which I still don't know how that's going to affect the rest of my life going forward, but it's pretty good so far. So we'll see how that happens, and maybe I will share it if I become more open about the things I'm insecure about. So anyway, that's going to be it for this play session of Lunar Ruins, probably this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Oops. If you got to this part of the video, you probably liked it, so why not give it a thumbs up? And I will see you next time. Bye!